Hi, this is Mark Medina with the LA Times. I'm here at Staples Center on not a pretty typical Laker night. They're coming off their second consecutive loss after dropping a 121-116 decision to the Phoenix Suns. And the main thing you point out to this, the Suns simply made it rain from downtown. They hit 22 of 40 from three-point range, and they actually set a franchise record. And in terms of the highest amount of three-pointers the Suns as a franchise made in a single game, and it's the highest amount of three-pointers the Lakers allowed as an organization to an opponent, and it falls second just behind the Orlando Magic, who hit 23 three-pointers in a regular season game in January of 2009. Now, a lot of the talk in the locker room from the Lakers' point of view is that, hey, Phoenix just had a hot shooting night, but there were a few select players that conceded that. There were a lot of defensive breakdowns that contributed to that. Obviously, Phoenix lives and dies by the three. One player in particular, Derek Fisher, remarked that he doesn't think that that's a sustainable strategy for long-term success, but there's got to be a point where the Lakers should have recognized that this is one of their nights for Phoenix. So usually you give a team like that some space from three-point range, hoping that shots eventually will stop falling for them, but they kept falling. So the Lakers should have made more of a conscious effort to extend their defense out in the wings, on the perimeter, and actually take that three-point threat seriously. Another huge thing that was going on in the locker room that the Lakers are talking about was this egregious technical foul rule. With all the problems the Lakers had with defending the three, there was one particular play that arguably contributed to a significant part of the game. Lamar Odom drove in for a layup, thought that he was granted an and one from a foul from Hedo Turkoglu, and he shouted that out loud after he banked in on the layup. He was called for a technical foul. Now, that resulted in Steve Nash hitting a technical free throw, and then on the next possession, Hedo Turkoglu made a three-pointer. That brought the Suns' lead up to 115-112 with about 35 seconds left. So even though there are a lot of things the Lakers could have done defensively, they could have gotten the ball more inside, even though Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom finished with a double-double, to have a call like that, arguably significantly determine the outcome of the game is just ridiculous. This all falls under the new campaign the NBA adopted at the beginning of the season in terms of respecting the game. They've been clamping down on what they call demonstrative and overt reactions to calls. But I saw the game. Lamar Odom had a normal reaction. He wasn't being contentious. He thought he got fouled. And the way he explained it afterwards, he yelled and one to Shannon Brown because he thought he was going to convert on a three-point opportunity. And that's a technical foul. I'm sorry about that. Phil Jackson definitely went out on a limb to defend Odom, and he actually thought that argued that the NBA needs to reconsider this rule. Keep in mind that during the 2006-2007 season, the NBA also had this rule, and then they wound up dropping it because the enforcement of it was pretty inconsistent. But that being said, Lakers could have controlled things on their end so it wouldn't get to that point. Need a lot more work on defending the three, and as much as people are saying that, Phoenix, they don't play like any other team. This isn't a winning strategy for them to just live and die by the three-pointer because in the end, it'll catch up to them. The Lakers' defense through, so far this regular season has been pretty spotty at best. It's been an ongoing theme where they aren't defending the perimeter, they aren't defending the interior. So for the own Lakers' sake, that's something that they need to sharpen up, or else nights like this will happen.